All right, Shalom. I want to start off with giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, 39 verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. All right. Now I want to get a few precepts dealing with what this is saying. Okay. I'm going to read it again. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out all the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. Okay. And now what did King David say? Right. Didn't King David talk about meditating in the scriptures day and night? Right, and King David is one of the ancients, okay, when we seek out the scriptures. All right, let's go to the Old Testament. Let's see. Matter of fact, while I'm looking for that, let me get this. Romans 15 verse 4, and it reads, it says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. You see, so these things were written aforetime, right? Were what? Written for our learning. Okay. So we go back and see what our forefathers and see what the men of the Lord and our prophets were speaking about. Okay. And we meditate on it. All right. These things were written for our learning. Okay. Now, what did Yahushua and what did the disciples, what did they have? What were they learning from? What were they reading from? The Old Testament. Okay. Because while they were on the scene, the New Testament was being written, you know, and now we know everything was what? As it says, you know, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. So when you go back into the Old Testament and you study and you meditate upon it, right? It was written for our learning. So it means it's there for a reason. Okay. You have many different accounts of different situations that were going on, you know, that, you know, you can get understanding on, okay, of situations, how to be, how to not be, how certain men of the Lord, you know, was handling business correctly as the Lord commanded them to do, and how you had other different kings that were set up, but you know, went off and didn't follow the order of Yahweh Shai, and ultimately was destroyed. Okay, all those things are written for our learning, so forth and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's see. Let's try this. Day and night. All right. Then King David always spoke about meditating in the words of Yahweh Shai. All right. Meditating on the word of the Lord. Okay. So we're going to go to the book of Psalms. Okay. I know I'm not typing it in the right way, but you know, you get the point. You know, as King David said, meditate upon these scriptures, and that's what we are to do. All right. Back at Sirach 39 verse 1, it says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. Right. Let's get a precept of that. Let's go to the book of Job 8 and 8, because what does it tell you? It reads, it says, for inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. Okay, and that's what we are to do. We're to search of our fathers. All right. We are to search of our fathers. We are to see of what our forefathers were doing. Okay? How do you search for it? Search for that? By going back to the ancient, going back into the scriptures, the Old Testament, to see what was taking place, to see what was going on with King Solomon, even King Saul, right? King David. All right? The different men of the Lord, the different prophets. Okay? So it says, for inquire, I pray thee of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. All right? Back at Ecclesiasticus 39 verse 1, it says, and be occupied in prophecies. You see? So this is what you want to be occupied in. All right? The different prophecies. You see? Matter of fact, let's see. So I can pull it up. All right? And we know what the testimony of Yahushua is, right? Let's see. Oh, this is giving me a problem today. Finding these scriptures. Okay, so it says, and be occupied in prophecies. Now, why you want to be occupied in prophecies? What the scripture says about Yahushua, right? Revelation 19 and 10, it says what? And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren, that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. You see? For the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, right? So we want to be occupied in these prophecies. You see? Watching and measuring the time diligently, seeing these different prophecies unfold, okay, also is a sign of letting you know the time that you're in. Okay, so you want to be occupied in prophecy, you want to be looking up the things of old, the things of the ancient, okay, because all these things are for our learning. It wasn't put there just because it was put there, and everything happened through the order of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but at this time we have to look at it, and as the time was back then, we got to look at these things for our learning, which they were. Okay, how we can just go back and go to the book of Job and see all the affliction Job had to go through, and how Job kept his integrity. Okay, these different stories in the scriptures, help build brothers' faith up. These different stories also put fear in brothers when you read different accounts of rebellious men that didn't follow the ways of the Lord. Okay? Everything is put there for its particular reason, So we got to go back and seek all that out, We have to also seek the wisdom out. Okay? Because, let me see, check this out. What is it? Proverbs 1 verse 7. This is dealing with wisdom. This is the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Okay. That's not the one I wanted, but you get the point on that, And you want to seek out wisdom. What did King Solomon do? When the Lord asked King Solomon what he wanted, what did he say? He wanted the understanding. He said he wanted the discernment to what? To know how to judge the Lord's people, the right way. Roughly paraphrasing. You see? And with King Solomon doing that, he had everything added unto him. You see? Ecclesiasticus 39. Verse 2, it says, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of the grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. All right. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travail or travel through strange countries where he have tried the good and the evil among men. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins. When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer. You see? And this is how we should be. Okay? It says he shall direct his counsel and knowledge, in his secrets in his secrets, Salakia, shall he meditate. He shall show forth that which he have learned, right? And shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord. Okay? So that's the point I'm going to end it on that. All right. Hey, as the scriptures say, we want to be occupied in meditation thereof. We want to continue to seek out the wisdom, right? Which is wisdom comes from the Lord. This wisdom comes from above, comes from that Most High. And we want to be continually occupied in these prophecies. You see? So, Lord willing, I just wanted to touch on that real quick to the Spirit. Hope this quick lesson was edifying. Until the next time, I want to say shalom.